An animated series about human characters? That's fine. An animated series about personified animal characters? Yeah, it's fine too. You put wolf ears and a wolf tail on a human being? Hey man, whoa, no. Okay, no, you get those the fuck off that thing. Okay, that is disgusting. That is... Top 10 best wolf/cat people in animation. Before we start to list, let me just explain something. These are not furries. Furries are people that dress up as animals for sexual purposes. These are just known as cat/wolf people, or whatever they're based off of. Why? Because they're technically people and they have the animal parts on them, and that's exactly what I'm counting down. All they really need is the ears. The tails are requirements. And ears have to be a part of their default design. They can't just randomly wear cat ears just for one little gag and never wear them again. And lastly, no straight up animals. They have to look like humans but with animal parts on them. And they have to have at least the ears. Everything else is not required. They're more optional than anything else. Without further ado, let's start it off. Yeah, we gotta give ourselves some self-advertisement every now and then, and that's why I'm putting my mascot, the mascot of Gothic Slenderman, Scarlet Fallen, on the list. Why? Because fucking why not? I'm putting her on the list not because, well, she's the mascot of Gothic Slenderman. I'm putting her on the list because of what she was influenced by. She was influenced by the idea of Japanese anime and the Gothic subculture, which is a lot of things that Gothic Slenderman revolves around. Now, I did want to add some horror elements into her, but I wanted to make her look freaking adorable. Yeah, that girl you see in my channel banner and on the introductions to all the short film intros and stuff like that, yep, that's Scarlet. I'm surprised not many people know about her. Even though, you know, she is the mascot of Gothic Slenderman, and that's why she's on the list. Because of what she represents, and not many people know of her. I'm just trying to spread the word, man, calm down! Usually when we see these cat/wolf people in anime, they're usually just there as a side character to appear only once and never again. And that's where Blair comes in. Blair was mistaken for a witch in Soul Eater, but it turns out she was just a cat. And you know what? While she may not be in every episode, she technically is a part of the main cast. Yeah, she's used for sexual purposes, yeah, she's kind of a predictable character in a way, but I had to put her on the list because of, well, she's a part of the main cast, and when you see these kind of characters, they're usually never on there. I have a good question, though. How the hell does she have that power? If she's not a witch, what the hell is she using to have those attacks? Does she just have them? What? No one explain this shit to me! I'm gonna be honest right here, guys. I'm not really a PC gamer myself. My computer can't really handle that sort of thing, and, well, it's kind of expensive to get my computer capable of doing so. I'm going to stick to consoles until a later date. With that being said, I'm going to bring up League of Legends, being Ahri, one of the characters playable in the game. If you don't know League of Legends, it's basically kind of like a bar. You're going to meet a large variety of people there, and you don't know them, and odds are you're probably going to get into a fight with at least one of them, so that's pretty much a League of Legends. You got the big, diverse cast, and them beating the shit out of each other. Okay, not really. Well, that's what they do in the trailers, at least. You know, the trailers are kind of, well, foreboding in that sense. She's not just that sexualized character that has no purpose and can't defend herself. No, she's one of the playable characters. She's able to defend herself just fine. And that's why I like a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. Yes, I said no straight-up animals. So I kind of have to explain something here. Why am I putting Taro in a word on the list? Well, Toro is basically human, and Toro desires to become human. Well, at least that's what the story in PlayStation All-Stars said. I never really played any game that has Toro in it, so why am I putting him on the list? Because he's the Japanese mascot for PlayStation, in case you didn't know. While not many people even know him in America, he's an icon in Japan. And it's kind of strange how we don't have a single mascot to represent PlayStation in America, but Japan has had a mascot for generations of PlayStation. Have you heard of Teen Wolf? No. Not that MTV version. I'm talking about the one from the 1980s, Teen Wolf. Focusing on Scott, who's trying to survive and focus on high school while also being a werewolf at the same time. Instead of just putting Scott on the list, I decided to put the entire Howard family on the list. They have ears, so it counts. It wasn't really that popular, mainly because everyone's focused on MTV's version, but let's face it, I can't really say if the show is good or bad because I never watched it myself, but I can easily say the reason MTV made the show was just to jump on that Twilight bandwagon. I wonder what they're gonna do next. Another show to exploit teen pregnancy, make teenage girls look like sluts, make Italians look like douchebags, make women look weak and men look more powerful. Fucking sexist pricks. As you might already know, I don't like MTV very much.
Okay, where's first gear again?
Our brand new high-tech satellite station is online. Now we can beam Pop TV to every television worldwide. 24/7 shows about rock stars remodeling your house.
Fucking Ruby. Fucking Ruby. For all of you who are complaining about the animation, this is an independent project. It's not gonna be perfect. It's like asking the original Slender to have HD graphics and DLC. Created by Rooster Teeth, Ruby is about a bunch of teenagers in high school learning how to use their weapons to protect the world. Blake is what you know as a faunus. Faunuses are people from way back when who were abused and attacked just for being what they are, until the White Fang organization came around so they could protest for their equal rights. And then the White Fang organization changed so that people respect them now, but with fear. And that's why Blake is no longer a part of the White Fang organization. You didn't know that she was this kind of being until later on inside the series, which I consider pretty sneaky. They didn't really give a lot of hints to this, which may seem a bit odd, but also a bit clever at the same time. Yes, in some series, people give way too many hints, and it's all like, we get it! You're hinting at this sort of thing, you're a fucking idiot for making it obvious. But Ruby doesn't make it obvious. In fact, I bet no one saw it coming. Even with the bow, okay, maybe with some screenshots where they accidentally didn't have the bow, but who could really notice that in the first watch? When you usually see these kind of characters inside an anime series, you expect them to be only seen once as a side character, or when they appear it's used for awkward sexualized moments. That's the difference between most other wolf/cat people in anime and Holo from Spice and Wolf. While she's fucking naked most of the time, she's not used for sexualization. She's used to make the story even deeper, as the main character, might I add. Yes, you heard right. Holo's the main character of Spice and Wolf. She's not some random side character used to make the male character feel awkward in sexual moments. And that's why she's on the list. Not number one because of other reasons. And that's why I like Holo so much. She's a unique character. She's not used for sexualization or any awkward moments. You do not have to sexualize these kind of characters just because they have animal parts. I don't understand why people think this! If you guys know me, I am a huge fan of Fairy Tail. Yep. Fairy Tail. Fucking love it. I watched every episode, every dubbed episode. I watched the goddamn movie. Oh my god, I wanna read the manga. I wanna fucking do it. And as you guys already know, my anime waifu is a part of Fairy Tail. Just a side character. But she's not used for any awkward sexual moments or anything else like that, so ha! I'm talking about Miliana. But wait a minute. Those ears. They're not fucking real! Yeah, you heard right. The ears that you see on her aren't real. That's her hair, just shaped in the shape of ears. So why is she on the list? Because she's my anime waifu and she's freaking adorable and you shut your goddamn mouth! Disney's goofy. Now you're probably sitting there going, what? Why? Well, he's a straight up animal! Well, yeah, he is, but the thing is, Disney has been a company for almost 100 years. I'm pretty sure it's been more than 100 years since Disney's been a company. Let me look it up. Let me look it up just in case. I don't want to look like a dumbass. 1923. I'm sorry. Goofy was a part of the main cast of many of the Disney shorts. But the thing is, he's existed for so long and has made an indent in so many people's lives, including not just the company's mascot, or even Warner Brothers' mascot, or Universal Studios' mascot. Yeah, that's a thing. The thing is, these characters have existed long enough for us to classify them as human. Well, not really, but they're human to us because how long they've existed and how much they've made us laugh, made us cry in any kind of given moment. These characters are technically human, just not physically. One reason many people say they don't like anime is because, well, these kind of characters. The characters that's what this list has been all about. And they think Japan started this kind of trend. Well, I'll tell you something right now. In 1971, Hanna-Barbera started the trend with Josie and the Pussycats. That's right. We did it first. America did this first. So if you want to go ahead and attack Japan for this sort of thing, stop right there, because we did it first. We were the first ones that I would be so sexy to put animal ears onto a human being. So if there's anyone to blame for this sort of thing, it's us. But I wouldn't blame them, because I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. To me, it's adorable. Come on, like you didn't want to wake up with a bunch of wolf ears. And again, that's just my own personal wish. It'll happen one day. Josie and the Pussycats is basically about, well, Josie and the Pussycats, the band that's in the series. While the band members themselves don't necessarily do this in their normal lives, the band itself kind of has that as their normal costume, so I'm putting the band on the list instead of the characters in the show. And the reason on the list, like I fucking said, we did this first! Stop stereotyping, you dicks! And that's my list for the top 10 best wolf/cat people in animation. If you enjoyed this list, why not like, maybe comment, and subscribe if you want to see some more. I make videos almost every day. And remember, we all see a fish in the ceiling at least once in our lives.
Don't you think others deserve to know the true meaning of fear? Well, now that you're here, I can make you my pawn of nightmares.